Hey, I'm Steve.
Hey, I'm Jenna. Thanks for joining us for another Field Trip Friday.
We're here out at the Hub Farm to learn a little bit about soil conservation, water conservation, and how we can use those concepts to do cool things in our lives. And so here at the Hub Farm, they do all sorts of cool things, from planting to kind of raising ducks and chickens and all sorts of other things. So
let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Jenna.
Thanks for having us at the Hub Farm today. And I have a question. What is the Hub Farm?
Yeah, the Hub Farm is an outdoor learning facility owned by Durham Public Schools. And we have about 30 beautiful acres here that we use for environmental education, career exploration, and the building of outdoor learning capacity in Durham Public Schools.
That sounds so cool. Can we go take a look?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Woo!
Good morning. I'm Michael Dupree, the Agribusiness Environmental Services Manager with Durham County Soil and Water Department. So I've been asked to talk with you today about soil and water conservation. The Durham County Soil and Water Department works with landowners, agriculture, and urban stormwater runoff, works with landowners to eliminate erosion and solve drainage issues. But ultimately our goal is to protect soil and water resources. So it takes 1,000 years to produce 1 inch of viable soil that we can use to grow our food and raise plants and trees that we use for food and fiber. So our number one goal is to protect soil resources because they are limited. Once soil resources are depleted, it takes thousands of years to recreate them. So it's extremely important that we work with landowners and protect the soil resources on their property. Secondly, water. You know, you cannot live more than 72 hours in a typical situation without water, and every biological system on Earth needs clean water. And so we work with landowners to find ways that we can conserve water, protect water from harmful nutrients that also impact stream life. You know, when you have erosion that occurs on a property, that soil not only is washed away for future generations of production, but it also clogs up the streams, the rivers, and the lakes, causing fish kills, algae blooms, and other harmful effects on that drinking water reserve. So it's our goal to help all individuals in the county to work with them individually and develop a conservation plan for their property so that we can help protect their soil and water resources. Today we are going to focus on rainwater harvesting.
So, Mike, we're here at the Hub Farm, and we have a lot of tools in front of us. Can you tell us what we're going to be doing today?
Yeah, so the Hub Farm has asked that we install this 60-gallon rain barrel onto this gutter and this downspout so that they can harvest water to use for the watering their livestock. So you can use rooftop runoff to water livestock or water plants. It's not potable water, so you should not drink it unless
Right.
it's treated.
Right.
But you can use it for outdoor use and use it for livestock.
Cool. And how do we know how much water will come off of this roof?
Well, as a general rule, when you have a rain gauge similar to this one, in a 1-inch rainstorm or rain event, on 1 square foot of roof area yields 0.625 gallons of water. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure this roof area and come up with the volume of water that could be harvested on this gutter downspout.
Cool.
Awesome.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So in order to measure the roof, what you try to do is line yourself up. It's not safe to get on a rooftop. It's never something that you should try on your own. You should always work with adults. But you don't have to get on a rooftop to measure a roof area. And we're going to be calculating area. That's math. Length times width. And it's important for us to find out how many square feet of roof area that we have so we can calculate the volume of water that runs off of the roof. So we have aligned ourselves, we have a 100-foot real tape measure, and we've aligned ourselves with the corner of the roof, and now we'll simply go to the end of the roof to get the length of the roof.
Awesome.
So it appears that the length of the roof is 30 feet.
Nice.
So now we have to calculate the width. This is a little bit more difficult, but what you do is stand under the peak of the roof. So the width of the roof is 16 feet. So now we have a math problem.
So let's find our area. Area is length times width. So we measured our roof length as 30 feet, and we measured our roof width as 16 feet. What's 30 times 16? It's 480. So we have 480 square feet of roof. So now we want to know what volume of water we're going to get off of our roof. 1 inch of water by 1 square foot is approximately 0.625 gallons of water. So for Hub Farm's roof, we'll have 480 square feet times 0.625 gallons per square foot, which is about 300 gallons of water. So in a 1-inch rain event, we would collect 300 gallons of water. Cool. So what are the various steps that we're going to need to do to prepare our rain barrel?
So one of the first things you have to do after you've determined your calculated volume is to determine what size harvesting rain barrel or cistern that you're going to install. The Hub Farm has chosen to install a 60-gallon rain barrel. If you've done your math, you'll realize that this roof will easily harvest more than 60 gallons. But nevertheless, a 60-gallon rain barrel is the typical size rain barrel for a homeowner to install. And we can help them engineer larger size cisterns and rain barrels. But typically you start with a solid foundation. In the case here, we use some cinder blocks, concrete blocks that are currently available at any of the lumber yards. And you level the ground and you use a level to make sure that your rain barrel is not going to be sitting at an angle. It's important that it be level, because if you pick up a gallon of water, do you know how much a gallon of water weighs? It's about 7 pounds.
7 pounds.
So if we have a 60-gallon rain barrel with each gallon of water approximately 7 or 8 pounds, this will weigh almost 500 pounds
Wow.
when it's full of water.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure your foundation is secure, that your rain barrel is not going to fill up and tip over
Yeah, just
when
fall
it's
over.
full.
Yeah.
And so you level your foundation, and then you place your rain barrel on top of your foundation, check your level,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next step is to measure, mark, and saw the downspout at the appropriate height so that instead of water running across the ground, water will now go into the top of the rain barrel.
Right, that makes a lot of sense because a downspout usually goes from the top of the roof all the way down to the ground. But if you put a rain barrel, it won't fit underneath. So you have to cut it at the right height so it runs right into the rain barrel. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
Let's install this thing.
So we successfully installed the 60-gallon rain barrel. We've run the math, and I hope you did too. And we came up in a 1-inch rain event. We will have 300 gallons of water come down this downspout, and we have a 60-gallon cistern rain barrel. So this is dramatically undersized for the amount of harvesting that we are doing off of this rooftop. The next, we're going to show you a 1,100-gallon cistern here at the Hub Farm.
Great.
So anything less than 250 gallons is referred to as a rain barrel. Anything more than 250 gallons is referred to as a cistern. They are both rainwater harvesting devices, so we capture rooftop runoff and we store it in the tank. So it rained last night. This tank is full. And so there are several devices called level indicators that can show you how much water is in the cistern after a rain event.
Thank you so much, Mike, for today.
Oh, thank you for coming out.
Yeah.